Before we begin, take a moment to step beyond time and into the shadows of history. Welcome to Kaebro Legends, the place where forgotten stories rise again. If you love dark history, ancient mysteries, true legends hidden behind stone, make sure to subscribe and join the legends before this story disappears forever tonight. You will hear a story buried for thousands of years, a story of power, arrogance, and a king who believed he was a god. This is not a myth and not a fairy tale. This is the legend of Pharaoh Hammon and the pyramids. More than 4,500 years ago, the land of Egypt stood at the center of the ancient world, a civilization of stone, gold, and absolute power rising from the desert beneath a burning sun. At the top of this world stood Pharaoh, not just a king, but a man who claimed he was a god walking among humans. Pharaoh ruled with fear and glory. His words were law, his face was carved into mountains, and his name was meant to live forever. Beside him stood Hammon, the most powerful man after the king, the master builder, the architect of monuments, the one who turned Pharaoh's dreams into stone. Hammon controlled construction, labor, and punishment. He was the mind behind the empire's greatest project. The pyramids were born from this hunger for immortality, millions of stone blocks cut with impossible precision, dragged across sand, and lifted toward the sky without machines, without modern tools. Without mercy, men worked until their bodies broke. Some never returned home. The pyramids did not rise in silence. They rose through suffering, blood, and obedience. Even today, no one fully agrees how they were built, but one truth remains: they were designed to send a message. Pharaoh is eternal. Pharaoh cannot be challenged. Pharaoh will never fall. As the pyramids grew, Pharaoh's arrogance grew with them. Ancient texts tell us he stood before his people and declared himself the supreme lord, demanding worship, demanding loyalty, not just to the throne but to his soul. Anyone who doubted was erased. Anyone who resisted vanished. Fear ruled Egypt, stronger than any army, but power has a weakness: it blinds those who hold it. From within Pharaoh's own palace emerged Moses, a man raised among royalty, yet chosen to challenge the throne. Moses spoke of one unseen God, a power greater than stone, greater than kings, greater than death. Pharaoh laughed. Hammon dismissed him. How could words defeat armies? How could faith defeat monuments? Then Egypt began to change. The river turned against its people. Darkness swallowed the sky. Disease spread. Fear replaced pride. Each sign was a warning, but Pharaoh refused to bend. He believed himself untouchable. A god cannot surrender to a servant. In the final moment, Moses led his people toward the sea. Pharaoh and Hammon followed, certain of victory. Then the impossible happened. The waters opened a path through the deep. The oppressed crossed in silence. Pharaoh chased them, blinded by rage and pride, and when the sea returned, it erased an empire in seconds. Pharaoh was gone. Hammon was gone. Their armies vanished beneath the waves, but the pyramids remained standing, silent, massive, eternal reminders of human ambition and human failure. The king who wanted to live forever disappeared. The monuments survived history, remembered the lesson: power can build stone, but it cannot defeat truth. And the pyramids still stand, not as symbols of glory, but as warnings carved into the earth. And so the story ends of a king who wanted to become a god and tried to carve immortality into stone. He vanished, but his monuments remained standing as witnesses to the truth. Time shows no mercy. Power never lasts, and every legend hides a warning for those who dare to listen. If you made it this far, you are now part of Kaebro Legends, where tyrants are not glorified, but their stories are revealed. If you enjoyed this legend, make sure to subscribe and support the channel, because the next story will be deeper, darker, and more unforgettable.